Hi, this is Karanjit Kaur, student of NMIT Global Campus Auckland. Here I am going to explain about my course lab second, which is configure VMware EXSi. Once you installed EXSi, next step is to configure it with VMware vSphere client. So open and provide IP address of your EXSi host and username and password. A security warning will come, ignore it. And in this lab, we will cover 5 topics. First is to configure or view host hardware configuration and login into with using vSphere client. Next is to DNS and routing information for an EXI host, and use EXI host as an NTP client, and then use EXI to configure directory services. So from once you log in into your vSphere client, from the configuration tab, you could get information about hardware and software of this machine. For example, health status, you would check it's normal. From the processor, you could get information here like processor speed, processor socket, manufacturer, each and everything. Under memory, you could get total memory, how system, how much system used, and how many virtual machines memory used by virtual machines. From storage, you could get information about data stores. So next step is to configure DNS and routing. From the configuration tab, under software, hit DNS and routing. From the properties, you would provide DNS information. So provide your domain name and DNS server IP and domain name. To get information about your routing or default gateway into your network, hit routing. Here you would found that default gateway of your network. Hit OK. And if you found a IPv6 warning, simply click yes to continue. And once all done, click OK. You would found domain name, preferred DNS server and gateway information here. Next is to provide NTP client service to EXI host. This is basically to set the time into your machine. So from the configuration tab under software, click time configuration. From properties, you can see time and date status. Under NTP configuration, click NTP client enable, and from option you can play around with these options. Here I am selecting start and stop with host, and from NTP services click add to add a server and click restart NTP service to apply changes and click OK. So once you configure this, you would see that NTP status would be running here. Next step is to configure EXI host to use directory services. So from configuration under software, select authentication services. From properties, select Active Directory from drop down menu and provide the domain name, and once you click on join domain, it will ask for username and password credential. Put and click join domain and click OK. You would found your domain name here. So your host is configured in each and every way, like it is configured in a domain, configured as an NTP client, DNS and routing. So it's all about lab second. Thank you for watching my video. I'm waiting for your valuable feedback and comments. Thank you. Bye bye.